Hey guys, for our math lesson today, I'm going to walk you through 5-1 multiplying fractions. The first thing that you really want to know with multiplying fractions is start off by simplifying first. If you simplify first, that means your answer is already going to be simplified, and you don't have to remember that last step of multiplying across and then simplifying the fraction. Okay, so this makes it easier because you don't have to remember that last step. Okay. So the first example that we have for multiplying fractions is at Mission Crest. 8/21 of the students are in ASAP. Okay, so we already have our first fraction, 8/21. And of those who are in ASAP, 7/12 play basketball. The question asks how many students at MC total, so how many students at Mission Crest total play basketball. What this question is asking you to do is it's saying a fraction of students at Mission Crest are in ASAP, and of that fraction, another fraction plays basketball. So you're getting to an even lower number than the amount of people who are in ASAP. Okay, so in order to figure that out, you multiply. Step one is to set up the operation, and all the operation is the first fraction multiplied by the second fraction. So the first fraction is 8/12, and the second fraction, 8/21. So 8/21 times the second fraction, which is 7/12. 8/21 times 7/12. So that's the first step, is to set up the fraction. Okay. The second step, okay, you are going to try and find common factors in the opposite numerators and denominators, okay? So we're going to start first with 8 and 12. So I'm going to circle those. Starting first with 8 and 12, we have to figure out what are numbers that could go into both of those, okay? So numbers that we know go into 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Numbers that we know go into 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Of those, the ones that they have in common are 2 and 4. Those are the two numbers that can go into 8 and can go into 12. So what we want to do when we're simplifying like this is we want to use the bigger number, because that means we only simplify one time. So we're going to do 4, okay? So we're going to do, divide both of those by 4 in our next step, okay? Now, let's take a look at the opposite ones. So next up is going to be 7 and 21. Those are the next ones that we're going to look at, okay? 7 is a prime number, so the only numbers that can go into 7 are 1 and 7. 21, we have 1, 3, 7, and 21. So the only number that can go into both of those is 7. So in our second step, we're going to divide both by 7. Okay? So stick with me so far. We've already figured out what each of those go into. All right? Step number 3. We are going to divide 8 and 12 by 4. So let me erase this and show you what that next step is for our notes. Okay, so again we have 8/21 times 7/12. Okay. All right, so we had looked at 8 and 12, and the number that we said we were going to divide it by was 4. So I'm going to do that up here. So 8 divided by 4 is going to be 2. That's going to be our new numerator for that one. Same thing here. 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3. So that's my new denominator on this one. All right. Then we do the same thing for 7 and 21. The number that we said we were going to divide those by was 7. So we're going to start up here. 7 divided by 7 is 1, that's going to be our new numerator on that fraction. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So that's going to be my new denominator on that one. So that means our new problem is going to be 2/3 times 1/3. Okay? So all we've done so far, we haven't done any of the multiplication yet. We've just simplified both fractions to make it easier to multiply. All right? So now your next step is that after you've simplified, we have it 2/3 times 1/3. You're going to multiply straight across. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that underneath. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. And that means that our answer is 2/9. 2/9 of the students at Mission Crest play basketball. On the notes itself, I messed that up and I put skateboard because that was the original problem. But you can keep it like that or you can change it to basketball. My answer is that 2/9 play basketball. All right? So you simplify first, and you do that by going across the other two ways, and then multiply across. The reason that we simplify first is because it's a lot easier to multiply 2 and 1 and 3 and 3 than the first problem, which is 8 and 7 and 21 and 12. If you were to do that, you would have a massive number that you then have to condense in order to get the simplified answer of 2/9. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. Make sure that you guys are writing that in your notebook exactly how I have it in mine. And then you can rewatch this video as many times as you need to figure it out. Please see me on Zoom from 12 to 1 all this week if you have any questions about this, and I can go over it again. Good job, guys.